What's happening, people? Welcome back to the Brothers Geek Out podcast. Another episode for you, us brothers geeking out over some pop culture, movie, comic book stuff, and give you some news for the week. I'm joined by Ash this week, the other brothers podcast. Check that out, guys. As usual, check the description if you don't want to hear our updates. If you don't want to hear our thoughts on real world issues, check the description. The timestamp, everything's going to be in there, so you have the flexibility to go to any part of the podcast to get our thoughts on whatever it is you want, be it the news, be it movie reviews, all that sort of stuff. Check the description. You have the flexibility to move around. On that note, got Ash here, man. Ash, what's happening, bro? You're back.
What's happening, bro? Yeah, I'm back, man. The lonely podcast, not doing so well, still no subscribers. But yeah,
Trying to get there, bro. So we'll push it, bro. We'll push it. That's why you're here, bro. Try and push that
that's it, bro.
podcast. Yeah, Kibla can't join
Nah.
today, a bit busy. I'm gonna be busy for the next couple of days. So it's either like do it now with Ash, who's available right now, which is great. Or we don't want to skip, really. We don't want to skip it. But yeah, man, Ash, what's been going on? How's things at home? How's training going? I know you've been training with a new trainer, man. Tell us about it. Your legs still hurting because he put you for a massive leg session.
So yeah, man. Training is good, bro. Last time we spoke, I decided to get a PT, a personal trainer. I felt like, training by myself is one thing, but when you got a trainer and someone that knows what they're doing, because obviously I don't know what I'm doing. I'm basic when it comes to it. But yeah, it's been good, man. It's not cheap, as everyone knows. PTs are not cheap, but you're paying for health. Health is wealth, you know that saying. So I started maybe a month ago. I had a crazy leg session on Monday. I just got the feelings back to my legs, man. I kid you not. I think Tuesday, Wednesday were the worst days I've been through, man. Like, I was walking around like I was a cowboy. I looked like RoboCop at times. It was tough. It was tough. I'm not gonna lie, man, because the training sessions are tough as well, man. Like, he pushes you to limits that I never thought I could get to, in the sense of endurance as well.
That's what personal trainers. That's why it's good, because you're spending money on knowledge. So this person's teaching lots of stuff. Also, you're spending money on someone to push you, to hold you accountable for your session. You want to go to the next. Everybody wants to go to the next level, but nobody wants to put the work in to go to that next level. They always feel that they push it in the gym, but they stay within their comfort zone. A personal trainer is going to make you push you outside of your comfort zone. This is why I like to do my martial art classes, because even with me, when I do jiu-jitsu, Muay Thai, or whatever it is, especially when I go up against, well, everyone's younger than me now, but when they push me to another level, like, because they're faster, they've got more cardio and all that sort of stuff. So I have to push myself. But by myself, you take rounds off, you take time off and whatnot. So it's a good way to hold yourself accountable.
Yeah, that's exactly it, man. We train within our comfortability, and I probably don't get that muscle tear or that extra push that I need, man. And there's no one shouting at me or pushing me or encouraging me. It's just me by myself. And sometimes, you are your biggest challenge, and you just kind of switch off. You get to that 10th rep, and you're like, okay, I'm cool, I'm just cool. But with a PT, he pushes you to 15 reps, and yes, you're in pain and you're in agony, and there's points where I'm like seeing stars and I'm like dizzy as hell. It took me back to when I first started training in the gym with you, and this was at Wood Green. Can't remember, Zone Gym, I think it was called.
Zone, yeah, was it Zones? Yeah.
Yeah, and to the point where I vomited, with you, and that's how I feel with the PT. That he's pushing me to where I'm gonna vomit. I'm seeing stars. I'm dehydrated, and but at the same time, it's encouraging, man, because I go home with a nice pump. I'm walking around like I'm, Batista, The Rock. Realistically, I'm not, but you feel good, and the pain carries on the next day and the day after, and that's when you've hit that pump. Your muscle fibers have torn, and you're feeding it protein, and obviously that's the harder bit as well, eating protein and eating good. But it's been good, man. I can't complain. It's the best investment I probably made on myself. I love games, I love cars, but myself, I think this has been good. And he's a good trainer, man. He's a nice guy. He's very encouraging. He's not a trainer that just sits there on his phone or walks away halfway during a set. He sits there counting with you, encouraging you. And when you can't get that last push, it's him that's helping you with the finger, bro. It's so mad. He'll just with a little touch, and you get that extra push. So yeah, it's been good. It's been good, man. Yeah, it's been good. Can't complain.
Yeah,
I
that's
just about
awesome.
the,
I
like, just
think
got the feeling.
Yeah, I mean, of course, if you have the finances or whatnot, but I think investing money on yourself in regards to health is the best, be it training, food, supplements,
Yeah,
whatever you got to
yeah,
say. Yeah, if you can, you know, it's definitely doable. I mean, the way society and the way corporate the corporate world is and businesses and whatnot, they've made shit unhealthy food cheaper. So you just buy all of that because that's all business and profit. But
yeah,
you know, and then all the good food more expensive. But doing simple things like fasting, for example, is a good health benefit, you know. Trying to
yeah,
eat as organic or just like fresh food, fresh meat, grass-fed beef.
yeah,
That
yeah,
stuff is expensive. It does get expensive, but try to, you know, I think investing money in yourself in regards to that stuff is the best investment you can make. I mean, with me, so since Ellie has been gone, I've been on not on a new diet. I've just been making things simple for myself because I don't have time to cook. So I just literally been eating meat. Like my
yeah,
diet literally has been like I buy for the week, Monday to Thursday at least, right? So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, I might let loose and eat some other stuff. But Monday, at least like I'm buying like packs of chicken, which is like 500 grams each. So I'll eat one of
yeah,
those in a day. I'll just cook it up in the morning, the little cubes. I'll cook it up in the morning. And throughout the day, I'll just munch it. It's not like I'll eat it in one setting. I'm just taking my time while I'm working, eating it almost like a snack. And then
yeah,
I'll do the same thing with prawns. I try to get about 400, 500 grams of prawns. And then I was
yeah,
doing beef, but beef, man, is hard, man, because sometimes the meat is not great. It gets all chewy. It's hard. When it cools down, it gets so hard to eat. But we buy bone broth from a store called Carney Store, which do like
nice.
really good meats and stuff, right?
Yeah, yeah,
So they do beef patties, like so. These beef
yeah,
is again is ground grass-fed beef and whatnot. So they do these beef patties, and each patty is about 150 grams. So I eat four. We just ordered some. So they're not too expensive either. They're like 10 dirhams each. So it's like £2.50 each per patty, right? Thick 150-gram beef, grass-fed beef patty.
nice.
I cooked it up today. They taste good as well. Like they're
Yeah,
easier
yeah,
to eat, easier to digest compared to a thick, chewy steak.
good
And
steak.
I just
Yeah,
cooked up 3 of those and I just munched those, man. So that's 450 grams of beef that I ate
damn.
today. On top of that, yes, I'm not just eating just meat. I do eat my eggs. I make my shake, which contains fruits and vegetables and stuff in it as well. So I'm consuming that too. I take a whole bunch of supplements that I add in, like athletic greens and all this sort of stuff to get other
Yeah,
vitamins and minerals. But and you know, with my coffee, I'm putting mushroom extracts and all that sort of stuff. But I
yeah,
don't touch
yeah,
Monday to Thursday. Just for me, it works for me, and my weight doesn't grow. That's the one thing. My weight doesn't grow. It's just in my body. But my physique, man, I've been more ripped than anything. Honestly, I'm 40. I'm turning 40 now, and I feel like I'm getting more ripped because of this diet because I'm
yeah,
consuming so much more protein and whatnot. I feel like the creatine helped this week. I felt Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. I felt good energy in the gym. So I feel like maybe the creatine's kicked in and helped a little bit. But you know,
yeah.
like for me, this
That,
works. For me, even when Elia's back, she's back tomorrow. I'm like, you know what? I
yeah,
think I'm gonna stick to this because it works. It's easy to digest. For me, it's easy to eat. She doesn't have to worry about cooking for me.
yeah,
So I like it. I actually like this diet. It works out pretty good. I'm gonna give it a try a little bit more. I'm gonna get my blood tested again in six
yeah,
months because one of the things my blood was showing last time was it wasn't high. It was just like a little bit above average or on the top range of it was my uranic acid, which
I see. Yeah,
leads to like gout and shit like that. But the doctor was like, no, you're fine. It's just a bit higher on the average scale sort of thing. And the other
yeah,
thing was my iron levels, but my iron, I was just taking that wrong. So I'm taking it better now. So hopefully that works. So I'm gonna get my blood tested again in about 6 months and see if this diet has caused anything else issues or any other issues or whatnot. With my uranic acid, they do say cut off meat and stuff like that. But to reduce that, higher doses of vitamin C. So vitamin C, I was taking 500 milligrams or whatever. So now I'm taking 5,000. Now I'm taking
Okay, so
1,000.
you upped it up basically.
Yeah, I upped it. Even vitamin C helps with the iron. So even with iron, so you're supposed to take iron on an empty stomach. But also if you consume it with vitamin C, it helps absorb it. So yeah, just kind of messing around with those things, man. But training's been good. This week I got through it, had a good week. You know, like even with jiu-jitsu, I just had energy, man. So I was able to kind of push it with the big guys.
That creatine stuff is pretty good. I mean, I sent you an update of myself, and it's helping me bulk. You know, I'm not really. I want to cut up, but I think at the moment I'm going through this bulking phase. But the creatine has helped. I've noticed a difference. And plus, obviously, the protein shakes. It's hard to consume so much food in a day or protein, and again, with busy work lifestyle and stuff like that. But protein shake helps, and the creatine, I do feel like I'm pushing heavier, man. Like I think I told you on bench press, dumbbell press, 30 kg on each arm. And bear in mind, I'm only 10 stones, so I think I'm just over 65 kgs. I think it is maybe. On the bench, 30 on each side plus the bar. For my weight category, I think that's pretty impressive, man.
Yeah, I think pound for pound, that's pretty damn good, yeah.
So I am pushing quite heavy, and it's not just one rep. It's quite a few reps that I do before, I let go. But the creatine has been helping. But I don't know. I'm gonna see how it goes. See what the PT says and where I stand. Like I said, the endurance he puts me through, like the last session Monday, it was tough. But hey, man, we enjoy it. It's not a, oh man, no, I don't want to go gym. Now it's like, oh, I want to go gym. It's that home away from home at times. I go there, headphones in, and you're in your zone. I'm not no Arnold Schwarzenegger or anyone, but I do find a form of comfort of being in the gym, working on myself. And I would encourage anyone watching this, do it, man, because you find some form of inner peace there. Just Hans Zimmer, and then just do your thing, man. That's it.
No, I mean, look, there's so many studies out there that I hear all the time about, working out, the amount of endorphins that it gives you, it makes you better. Like the depression, one of the great things to tackle depression is working out, getting energy from working out and whatnot. Also, I heard a study recently as well that someone was saying, I don't know how accurate this is, but someone saying like not doing any physical activity, like not doing none, you might as well be a smoker or a drinker. Like it's as equivalent of being a smoker or a drinker if you're not doing any activity. So important, and it's important to kind of like, it's so good for the mental health. Listen, I don't want to train every time. I don't. That's the truth. I don't want to go. I have so many anxiety. I don't want to drive to the gym. It's long. I can't bother. I don't want to wake up early tomorrow and do it. I can't bother. But it's all about discipline, man. When you do it, it's the best feeling ever. Like tomorrow is my junk day, right? I'm so looking forward to it because I'm going to work out in the morning. I'm going to do the dirty dozen. So that's going to hurt tomorrow morning. I'm wake up early and do it. But if I don't work out and then I eat junk food, I'm going to feel even shittier, right? But if I do work out, and then I'm gonna eat some junk food. I might go for Five Guys and a milkshake. I can't wait.
That sounds
but
good.
if I work out, I actually feel better, even though I still feel like shit after I eat. After I eat, I'm always like, why did I eat that? But I want to. Listen, man, my diet.
Well, you will do that though.
Yeah, no, it's necessary. I think it's necessary to kind of give yourself a break, feel that. But then I always feel like shit. I'm like, oh, basic, why did I eat that? But I'm more ripped than I've been in a long time.
I saw that picture you sent me, and I know that viewers are thinking, oh, these brothers sending topless pics. It's normal, guys. Yeah, brothers do send each other topless pics. To show you, there you go, man. Look, he's ripped. I will do the same, but I'm not as ripped as Gilman. I've just bulked up. But one of the key things I've noticed, like example, my wife, my lovely wife, she's not into training, but she's seen me go through this journey, and I think you guys have heard I've been training for maybe 2 years now. But now she started training. She's doing Pilates, she's doing swimming, she goes to the gym, and then she comes home, and the first thing she'll be like, oh, I'm so tired. But I go, how do you feel? And the first thing she goes, I feel good about myself.
Exactly.
So when I tried that top on the other day or trousers, whatever, she's it's starting to fit now. I'm like, see, it's not just about being hench, or so you genuinely feel good and you think that looks good on me. I look good. My skin's clearing up. Drinking. You genuinely drink more water because obviously you get
Yeah.
tired and
Easier to
dehydrate.
be
So
healthier. It's easier to eat
it makes
healthy as well. Yeah,
yeah, man.
it helps. It's discipline. It's great. No, listen, man, it's great that she do, and that's the whole point of us as well, like doing our thing because we kind of influence people, you know.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
the same with my missus. Like I know I don't want to force her to work out, but she's on a very strict diet right now herself. And I'm like, that's
yeah.
awesome. Like it's about
Mhm.
influencing other people. And same with our father, man. I need to, I know I'm a bit harsh on him and whatnot, but we need to force him, sometimes we need to,
Yeah.
okay, I don't want to force him, but we need to encourage him, the one thing that inshallah we got out of his diet for good is cereal, because he's been eating cereal forever. Cereal is the
Bro,
worst food you can eat,
you can
bro. The
have.
worst food. And dad's been eating it forever, and I know we feed it to the kids and whatnot. It's the
Yeah,
worst
yeah.
food ever. But
It
on
is.
on the food
Yeah.
chain, it's the worst, right?
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Dad eats
I mean,
fruit and
yeah,
fiber, and the
yeah.
cereal companies sell it as in like it's healthy. No, it's not.
It's
So
not healthy,
I've
man.
convinced Dad, like, look, like let's start slowly because I'm trying to cut all
Yeah,
carbs from him and whatnot. But let's
yeah,
start
yeah, yeah.
slowly. The first things first, get the worst food out of your diet, which is cereal. So thank God he's been eating eggs for breakfast. He did tell
Yeah.
me he ate
He,
some
he,
bread, like, but I told him like, well, okay, look, if you're gonna, he ate a bit of bread on and off, like one day on, one day off. I was like, you know what?
yeah,
That's better than touching cereal. So you know what?
yeah,
Work with that for
yeah, yeah,
now.
yeah, yeah. I mean, it's good. I think obviously the pressure has been put on. What, he's 68 now, and he's diabetic, and cutting that cereal is a biggest thing for him, because obviously that was his. It's normal. It was normal for dad. Wake up, cereal, boiled eggs. But now, he's making the omelet in the morning, and I'm trying to introduce him to avocados and stuff like that. My dad it's bland, but you just eat it. It's
Yeah.
good for you. Dad.
I'm trying to get like, yeah,
Um,
yeah. When I come back, we'll try and give him some ideas. There is keto bread he can get if he. I think we should maybe get for him if he's comfort with bread. There is. It doesn't taste the same, but keto bread is good. But if he
I
makes an
mentioned,
omelet,
yeah,
if he makes an omelet like with avocado, maybe some
yeah,
good, like I said, if there's a good meat place that you could buy like good like halal bacon or whatnot, he can put that on top, make him. Because
yeah,
I'm like
yeah. You
that.
get
You got
turkey rashes, isn't it?
yeah, like, but I don't want to get no cheap processed ones. I don't want to feed him that.
Yeah,
But if
yeah,
there's
yeah,
a good meat store that sells like grass fed and properly
yeah.
proper stuff rather than all the
He
processed shit.
he has his moments though, man. Like where he's angry, not angry, but like, no carbs. This is boring.
It
He
is
kind of.
boring. It is, but well, today is actually my hardest day because today is it's Thursday. I don't train Thursdays, right? So I
Yeah,
train Monday, Tuesday, Wednesdays. I'm busted by Wednesday. So Thursday is one of my off days, right?
yeah.
Today's actually my hardest day because the diet, and I'm like, gee, you're gonna be disciplined today with diet, and
That's
tomorrow you'll
tough,
be
man.
fine, right? On a day that
Yeah,
you're not training, it's harder, man. So what I do
because you
is
want
like,
to eat
okay,
junk.
yeah, exactly. So I do stick to the same diet, and in the hours that I don't go gym, I do a chore. Like today I wash my car. So Thursday I generally wash my car. I do it
Yeah,
properly. It takes me about 2.5 hours. I take my time with it. Cool. That's my chore. That's kind of like almost like a workout anyway. I mean, it's bloody hot now. And
yeah,
then
man.
Thursday nights, I have, we do the podcast and then I have my evening calls. And I'm like, cool, like you have no
Yeah,
time to eat shit. So I'm like, you go to
yeah, yeah,
bed.
yeah,
And then tomorrow
yeah.
morning, like, I'm not gonna wake up first thing and eat my junk food. I'm gonna wait till like 4, 5 p.m.
Mm.
So I am still be like, oh man, because tomorrow morning, what I do Friday mornings, I do have my coffee with my mushroom extract and whatnot. I don't even put milk in it no more. I
Talk,
use
talk, talk, talk to me a bit about that mushroom extracts.
Yeah,
What we
so
talking?
I'm adding these things like so with these mushrooms you can get different extracts like lion's mane and
Mm-hmm.
pale. There's a few of them, right? Then they're from
Yeah,
different
yeah, yeah.
mushrooms, right? But they help with
Mm-hmm.
like immunity, they help with health. Lion's mane is the main one I take because it helps with cognitive function. It helps
Mm-hmm.
me with
Mm-hmm.
like think and I wouldn't say remember things better, but I could articulate my vocabulary a bit better. So I just had a bit of decaf coffee now with some of that as well. In the morning, I take Alpha Brain, which is
Mm-hmm.
another one, which I think is Joe Rogan's product from on it. Again, it has nootropics in it. Like nootropics is good for cognitive function. Same thing I told you
Okay.
about creatine. It's got that
Yeah,
too as well. It helps with cognitive function.
yeah.
Um,
So it's all got to do with the brain, really, isn't it?
yeah, I'm getting old. I've taken a lot of shots to my head due to the combat stuff. I have a shit memory. And for work and, you know, for podcasts and whatnot, I just want to take some things that help with my cognitive function, that I could, you know, better speak, be more articulate the way I speak, try to remember things, which is always hard. But these things, my coffee, like I say, it's a healthy coffee. You know, I don't put any milk in it no more. I do have milkshakes and stuff, so I do take dairy stuff, but I avoid milk now. I put oat milk in there. I put a bit of, there's a turmeric and black pepper powder. I put a bit in there. I put some lion's mane mushroom in there, and there's another one, I can't remember the name of it, but another mushroom in there, and a bit of MCT oil. Put some coffee in there, and a bit of oat milk, and then that's me. You know,
It sounds like that proper. Yeah, it sounds like a healthy drink, man. Like, I mean, I don't take what you take. I just take black coffee. I stopped dairy. I stopped milk and stuff like that. And sugar, I've cut down completely. You know, obviously,
yeah.
you know,
Oh, I add monk fruit sugar. I do add a bit of fruit, so I add monk fruit sugar, but it's monk fruit sugar is natural sugar, and it's actually keto friendly, so it's pretty good.
Yeah, because I mean, obviously, you know, I suffer the migraines and stuff. So I'm just trying to watch what I eat, trying to monitor what's triggering it off. Is it lack of sleep? Is it? It could be anything, man. I don't know. I'm not. I'm old as well. I'm 35, so I'm feeling it at times where I wake up and the back of my head feels heavy. Like, you know, like you're gonna get that headache there. And throughout the day, I just pray, like, please, Lena. And I don't want to resort to paracetamols or codemols or all of that. I try and avoid it as much as I can. But I went doctors and they prescribed something saying it's like a preventer every time I get a migraine. I'm going to try and take it
But what
further
is
and
it?
look into
What is that though? Is
it.
it? It's not
No, no,
natural, is it?
it's migraines. It is migraines.
No, but what do they
Um,
provide you? Some kind of medicine?
it's like tablets, man. I don't know what it's called. It starts with an
Yeah,
S.
nice.
You
Probably
know.
some bullshit. Try to avoid it. I think, but honestly,
Mm,
bro, YouTube is such a great source, like such a great source. You can find so many different natural
yeah.
remedies or whatever. Try YouTube just to research it, right? And then, because that's what I was like with dad. I know the diabetes, right, and whatnot, but I was just sending like I know like with diabetes, like carbs and sugar, anything that elevates your sugar levels and whatnot gives problem. But just researching it, watching a couple of YouTube videos, I just send it over to him. So listen to what these experts are saying, man. So
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. Do some of that, man. Don't take no pills. Don't touch pills.
Yeah, I mean, like I took it that day because obviously I was out 3 days straight. I had a migraine, man. So that Monday I took the pill. But I'll be honest with you, that by that Monday, by the third day, the migraine started lifting. So I don't know if it was the pill or was it generally my body was just healing up. Basically, my head was feeling better. Other than that, I haven't taken it, to be honest with you. I just kind of just left it there.
Yeah,
Um,
don't.
but I do, yeah,
Doctors will always give you shit. Last 2 weeks, a couple of weeks ago, I remember I was telling you I had a blocked nose for like 3 weeks, right? I couldn't figure out what's
yeah,
going
yeah,
on and all this sort of stuff, right? So I had a mad blocked nose for 3 weeks.
mm,
And then I went to the doctors and I was like, obviously something's inflamed or whatnot.
mm-hmm,
And then she prescribed something, a spray, nasal spray, and
mm,
then she gave me a painkiller. I was like, no, I'm not in pain. I don't need the painkiller. She was a nice
yeah,
doctor. She was very nice and whatnot. But she was like, no, I
yeah,
think you should take it. I was like, no, I don't
mm,
need the painkiller. I'm not in pain. I just need something to unblock my nose. And then she was
yeah.
like, oh, you just take it. And I was like, what the fuck? So, but because it was on insurance, I was like, all right, whatever,
Yeah,
just gave it. And I just left them downstairs. I didn't touch them. But if I had to
yeah,
pay for them, I would have said,
yeah,
no, I'm not paying for those painkillers. I don't want those. I
yeah,
don't need
yeah,
pain. The
exactly.
doctors would just sell you shit because there's business behind it. The
Business,
pharmaceuticals
isn't it? It's all
are the
business,
biggest,
man.
they're the most biggest legitimate air quote drug dealers in the world.
Drug dealers, yeah,
Yeah, fuck that
exactly.
shit. Fuck that shit.
Yeah, man. But yeah. All right, well, look,
Yeah.
man, we're good, man. We've got good health, man. We train, we look after ourselves. So,
Alhamdulillah. Alhamdulillah.
alhamdulillah, man. Yeah.
Cool, man. Awesome. Well, it's good to hear. It's good to catch up about the training and whatnot. Let's kind of get into this. I know you don't have much time. Let's get into this. We'll start off as always, guys, with real world issues. Again, if
Mhm.
you want to skip this, check the description. You can skip this and go straight to the next segment, which will be things we've watched. But do want to, as always, touch on real world issues and what's happening in Palestine. As me and Kibbs always say, free Palestine, free Congo, free Sudan. There's shit going on in the world that the mainstream media, the corporate media will never the corporate propaganda media will never tell you about. It's propaganda. They want you they don't want you to know about what's happening there, so we can't stand up or we speak about it, and we could just live our lives and let shit happen there. When I mean shit happen, I'm talking about deaths. This week was a horrible week of what happened in Rafah, in Palestine. It was
Rafa.
disgusting,
Yeah.
man. And it was so bad. What I saw was one of the worst. I mean, fucking 7 months, I've seen some horrible shit. And the world has been seeing horrible shit. And this is what they don't want you to see, the corporate propaganda media. But I
Yeah.
saw some horrible things, man. They told everyone to go to Rafah because that's a safe zone, and now they're blowing the shit out of Rafah using the 2,000 pound bombs that the US have been sending them. Man, there was images of beheaded babies, man. It was real
Oh,
beheaded
fuck
babies,
that.
not the fake
Oh,
shit,
no, no.
not the fake Zionist shit that they made up on October 7th. They made that shit up. This is real shit. And I saw it. It fucked me up. I tried to avoid it now because it fucked me up. But when I say I tried to avoid it, I still try to. I don't post that stuff because it's really hard. But I post stuff about Rafa and whatnot. There was an Instagram AI post that's been going around, which really has gone super viral. But I've shared like over 50 million times within a day, or 40 million times, which says all eyes on Rafa. Now, there's been a lot of talks about that as well in regards to it doesn't really show the real picture of Rafa, and I'm talking about the harshness of it. But what it's done is it's exposed an AI generated image, and it has because it's AI generated, it's kind of, what do you call it, gone through the fucking social media, Instagram coding or whatever. I can't explain it exactly, but they ban you, right? They ban you, they shadow ban you if you post stuff. So this is kind of broke that. It's found a way around that. It's been posted so much, and because the shit that's gone on in Rafa this week, it's been, honestly, I've seen people, be it on my Instagram feed and celebrities even out there who haven't spoke out at all for 7 months or said anything, have had no choice but to because of the shit that they've seen. That's what happened this week, right? They've been posting and supporting for Palestine this week. Now, 7 months is fucking late, but at least it's a barrier, and people are like, enough is a fucking enough. But those people, the Israeli government and the IOF, the Israeli occupation force, are the most evilest people on the planet right now. That Yahoo, just when the ICC or the ICJ court was saying that they demand that no action happens in Rafah, just when they're going to apply for an arrest warrant for that criminal, as a war criminal, that fucking Yahoo, he starts bombing. He instructs his IOF team, terrorist team, I don't care, I'm saying it, to blow up Rafah straight up. And it's been horrible. But loads of people now have been speaking out because enough. When you say enough is enough, it's already been enough anyway from 7 months ago. But people can't take it no more because the images coming out are horrible. They're the most evil people on the planet, and it will go down in history because you can't change history now like they've done before in the past and tried to uneducate us. This will go down in history, and they will go down in history as the most evilest people in this time of our lives.
It is, man. It's fucking. It's made me cry, bruv. I got kids. And when I see images like this of kids dying, man, and it's people, bro. Forget being Muslim, forget it's people, man. And yeah, it's tough. It's tough. It fucking gets me angry every time I think about it. There's nights where my wife's crying. She things come up on social media, and social media is the biggest power. It could be the biggest powerful thing we have. It's the only way to spread things like this.
Well,
And
honestly, thank God for social media. Like, social media has loads of negative things, yes, but thank God for social media, because this time the world is seeing it properly.
yeah, man.
Because previously it was very difficult, but this is being documented, and this is why, like, some of the arguments I see. I mean, like, of course I listen to Rogan. I love listening to Rogan. I always will. Even though Rogan sometimes I think he says shit that's annoying, he pushes like, it's weird, like I've spoken about this before, it's weird that he pushes the mainstream media narrative sometimes. Like, he keeps calling the students protests Hamas supporters. I'm like, Rogan, why are you repeating what the mainstream media say? That's not true. But yes, there's some idiots there, but they're protesting for not killing innocent
Not
Palestinians in
killing. Yeah,
Palestine.
exactly.
So Logan does that sometimes, all, which is a bit annoying. It's weird
Yeah.
because when it comes to COVID, he don't believe the mainstream media at all, but when it comes to this, he believes them.
He believes it.
But anyway, some idiots. I mean, look, Logan does also challenge some people. He had this other idiot, this British dude on the podcast, and they were going back and forth a little bit. And this guy kept just saying, like, one of his arguments is like, well, why didn't anyone care about what happened in Afghanistan and all those other places because more people died? It's like, well, social media wasn't around as much then. Now we're seeing it live on social media. If social media, first of all, there was 1 million people protest for those wars anyway, right? But while the war was happening and people getting brutally murdered, while the West was brutally murdering innocent people in Afghanistan and whatnot, we didn't have social media to see it. And the mainstream propaganda media didn't really show us everything. That's why we didn't know. With this one, we're seeing it full up. That's why there's a thing about this. So people want to use that argument. It's a dumb argument because it's like
a dumb argument, man. Because back then it was just the news. That's it. And online. But now the power of social media, TikTok, Snapchat, Facebook, Insta, whatever. Bro, like I'm not a social media guy, but stuff like this, it's help, like it's spreading the word, and that's what we need, man. People to wake up and just see what's going on, man. It's dark times, man. It's really sad times with people dying, you know, and kids. I can't stand kids, bro. Like, but it's just
even fucking Piers Morgan, even him for the last 7 months. I know he's been given platform for pro-Palestine people, but he's always been on that. You know, you can always tell where his bias, he lies and whatnot. Even him sent a tweet out. This is what I'm saying. This Rafa thing got so far. Even someone like him was like, "Fuck it, enough is enough. You need to stop." Like he literally told, I don't know exact tweets, but he was telling Yahoo that you need to stop. Enough is enough. I'm like, fucking hell. Even Piers Morgan, but all those people who support Israel. It's good if they, of course, they need to see the truth and the genocide going on and but they need to be held accountable because you actually fucking were supporting it for 7 months. Don't think we'll forget. Like you actually supported that genocidal thing. And there, you know, it's been this week was a horrible week to see some of the shit, man. And I don't know if man, they need to arrest that fool, but obviously the ICJ and the ICC don't have a police force to go get him.
Police force,
But they need to put that arrest warrant out there. He's a war criminal, and they need to pull it out. They need to put him accountable. Yeah, straight up. He's a terrorist, and they need to. The ICJ needs to stop, and the ICC they need to make it clear that these laws, these international laws, go for everyone, not just for Africans and maybe Putin and Middle Easterns. It goes for everyone, including Western leaders as well. And need to start off with this Yahoo, and they need to move on to British leaders and American leaders. They need to make a statement, whether they get arrested or not. They need to make the statement that, you know what, the arrest warrant is out for you. So if you go to one of these countries that abide by international law, they will arrest you. Biden needs to be on that. I don't give a shit. They need to make it clear. But
and I think them, like obviously the Americans are the ones that sold the missiles, and I think they need to be accountable for this as well, man. Like 100%. Honestly. Like fucking, they just handed them weapons of mass destruction, man, and fucking killing people. And there's no remorse, man. There's I don't know. It is a very touchy subject. It gets me emotional. Like I said, I just started crying because I think of kids. I think of people. But I feel bad killing an insect at times. So imagine a person, but they just
these people are
crazy.
Heartless. These people
are heartless, man. It is a it's a dark world, man, and
they have dehumanized.
Oh yeah, man.
They are the most right now. They are the most evil people on this planet. I don't give a fuck what anyone says. They are the most evil people on this planet right now for what they're doing to innocent Palestinians and children, and they have no remorse on it. They are the most evil people on the planet, no doubt about it.
What a doubt, bro.
And they will go down in the history books. They will be in the history books as a part of history to be the most evil people on the planet around this time period. I don't 100%. Give a fuck.
100%. You know what? I'll just briefly go through it. I mean, like there's this guy on YouTube. I don't know his name. He's like an Arabic Palestinian. He is with glasses and curly hair, and basically he has like video calls with people from Israel. And bro, half these Zionists, There's above half no half the stuff they say is disgusting, man. I don't know his name, but
I know
maybe
who
I'll
you're
find
talking
it.
about. I know who you're talking
You
about.
know,
Yeah, I've seen
and
it too.
he
They
doesn't even
literally,
challenge him. He just says
no,
why.
he's trying to expose them. What he's doing is
Exposure, yeah,
exposing the regular people there,
yeah.
and the regular
And like,
people there, and even
yeah,
when he comes across an idea of soldiers, they literally say they want to kill children. They literally say Palestinians
yeah.
should die, all Arabs should die. This is what,
Justin,
but I feel
man.
sorry for them because they've been brainwashed. I feel sorry for them because their
Mm,
government has brainwashed those people because they're innocent people, but unfortunately they've been brainwashed, and that's the sad thing
mm.
about those people, man. It's fucked
Yeah,
up.
man.
It's fucked up.
It's crazy, man. Like even the gym. I went to gym yesterday. I didn't go today to his West, but I was in the gym and there's an Egyptian brother I see all the time. I salam him. His name's Mohammed. We say Mohammed, and the first thing he will say is Alhamdulillah, I'm okay, but the people of Palestine are not. He
Yeah,
goes, make dua. And
that's it.
honestly, he's always like, how, I wish we could help him. I wish you guys, I know, I know. We always have this same discussion every day, bro. I had with Mohammed. But he's like, forget me, let's just make dua. And I respect that about him, man, because he doesn't forget. He goes, let's not forget. I'm like,
Yeah.
you're right, Mohammed, let's
I
not
mean,
forget.
we have to, I mean, listen, man, it's as fucked up as it is. I just saw this kid. Actually, I just posted on my Instagram from Gaza, a little kid, and he's smiling, he's laughing, and he says something about, when you ask Arab from all these other Arab countries, like, what's your goal in life? And they're like, I want to get a Land Rover, I want to get married,
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
and he goes, you know
yeah,
what I achieved? I achieved
yeah,
6 months in the war. And he's smiling.
yeah,
He goes, I'm alive.
yeah,
I'm actually,
yeah,
and
yeah, yeah.
I'm like, wow, this guy's he's finding success in surviving a
Success.
war for
Yeah,
six,
man.
7 months, right? And
Yeah.
he's happy, he's alive, and he's saying Alhamdulillah
Mhm.
that he's. I mean, this is what I'm trying to
Alhamdulillah.
say. Like, same with me. Like, I know we go through our issues, and yes, we're allowed to go through our issues too, but we have to say Alhamdulillah, we're in a good place,
Alhamdulillah.
and
Alhamdulillah. Yeah.
we have to humble ourselves. We have to, even though
Of
we go
course.
through our shit and we cry about our shit. We have to humble
Yeah.
ourselves because we ain't shit compared. The
Yeah.
Palestinians are the most resilient, toughest people on the planet. I do when I do jujitsu, I've got a few Palestinian brothers I train with, and I'm like, brother, it's an honor to meet you. Your
Yeah,
people
man.
are the
Yeah, yeah,
toughest
yeah.
people on the planet, and they ain't
100%,
leaving
bro.
for shit. They ain't leaving,
100%.
and we're gonna be. Immortal Technique says it the best. He goes, no
Yeah.
matter what, only one Palestinian needs to survive to win.
Yeah.
They're trying to eradicate all of you, but only one needs to
Yeah,
win.
yeah, yeah.
Right? Not
I
saying that
t-
that's gonna happen, inshallah,
yeah.
but they're not moving, man. They're not leaving their land. That's what they want. They're not leaving, and they're not scared.
Uh,
From the other side, though, the Israeli, like I think I heard something about over 500,000 has left
mm,
since
mm,
October 7th or whatnot, or
yeah.
when the war started. That 500,000, because they're like, that's not their land, and they ran away. Like, of course they're not. Of
Yeah.
course they're gonna run
Yeah, yeah,
away.
yeah.
It's not their land.
Yeah. I came across a Palestinian guy the other day, came for his test, and we checked the license. He said Palestine, sorry. And I don't know, man. Like I felt like, I don't know, he had this calm vibe about him, first of all, yeah.
Did he pass or
And I
fail?
did,
Did you pass him or
huh?
fail him?
No,
You passed.
but he genuinely passed. I didn't
I was
feel
gonna be like, you should have just passed him anyway if he failed.
like, but you know what? It was like I genuinely wanted in my head. I wanted him to pass. So I'm like, look, I'm gonna give him a normal route like give everyone else. I'm gonna be equal to him, yeah, because it's not in, it's just a driving test. It's still, you're driving a car. But at the end, he genuinely passed, and I shook his hand, and I said, you know what, because he didn't know I was Muslim. A lot of people don't know him. I introduced myself as Ash, sorry, not Ashraf, and so then I shook his hand. I said, "Look, my du'as and my prayers are with you and the Palestine people of Palestine." And bro, he cried. He cried. He started like shaking my hand, and he's like, "Thank you, thank you." I said, "Listen, you genuinely passed. There was no me giving you a favor,
Mm.
but I'm happy for you that you passed because you're a strong man. Because, but I
Yeah.
don't feel I could go through war for 6, 7 months, but I'll be out.
75 years of occupation. Like, forget about just the war, which is horrible. And they've been going through this for years, years and years, man. They're the
Yeah,
strongest people on the planet. We're gonna keep
yeah,
talking about it. Social
yeah, yeah,
media and people are
yeah.
finding great ways. I mean, listen, this AI image, I know it doesn't show the real thing, but it was like it was shared over 45 million times in a day,
Hmm.
right? So
Hmm.
this,
Hmm.
people are finding smart ways to kind of break this ban social media so you don't get blocked, you don't get shadow banned. So fuck those social media companies, even though they're cunts and they're trying to, excuse my language, trying to shadow ban people and ban it because they're a bunch of Zionist pricks. But people are finding ways, and thank God for them, because they're necessary to get the eyes out. And like I said, I've seen so many people repost that, people that haven't said shit the whole time.
Yeah.
So that means it's working and the eyes are opening. Regardless, man, the world's gonna keep speaking up for them. We will keep speaking up for them. And guys, donate. The links are in the bio. The links are on the Instagram handle. Like, donate whatever cause. Not even if it's not our one. There's so many causes out there. Bro, this is how important people who have a social media following, who people who have an influence. That singer, what's her name? Shit, what's that singer name, man?
Remind me, bro.
I mean, I don't even know. I can't even remind you, man. She's cute. They're all cute, innit?
Which one,
Grande.
bro?
I love it. Grande.
Grande. Yeah,
Her. So she posted something about I don't think she's posted anything for 7 months. So she just posted something about Eyes on Rafa because of what just happened, right? And everyone saw what happened. Literally, it was the most horrific thing. She posted, I think, reposted that, and she put a donation link for the kids. That's one person. Bro, I think within a day, if I remember correctly, that it got like an extra like $1 million because of her and her following. I think so. I think 1 million or 100. Maybe I made that number up. Maybe it was 20,000, but it was a massive amount.
It's a
and
big.
this is the impact.
Counts, man.
But this is what the impact is of someone who has a social media following or has a following to kind of push that issue, man, because people are seeing it. And it spreads the word, and it's important. We need to beat this propaganda corporate media, which we are beating. So fuck them.
Yeah. I mean, like I said, props to her, man. Like, is it someone as famous and as well established as herself and such a big social media platform? She did one thing, a link to help the people of Palestine, the kids, and like you said, 20,000 to 1 million, whatever. But it helps, man. It helps. And thank you to her, man. Just doing that one thing.
Also, I think, look, from the beginning, everyone, if you spoke out, doesn't matter what industry you're in, and we've seen so many cases, people get fired. I even had a little scare for my job that I thought I was going to get fired over one thing, right? But I think what's happening now, this is what I think. There's people are not getting scared anymore. They're like, fuck it. Like, you ain't gonna fire me. Like, or I've already got, like, maybe celebrities, for example, right? They might be scared to get fired or lose jobs. Like, I think they're just like, enough is enough, man. You ain't gonna scare me with that shit. I've already got a following. Fuck it. My followers will support me or whatnot. Look at that guy, Mark Malone, or that dude who made that tune, the Palestinian tune. I mean, he didn't give a fuck. And he made that tune, and that tune got like over 100 million listens or whatnot. He didn't give a fuck. Like, he spreaded that word. Is so important. And maybe YouTube or whatnot demonetized him because it's about Palestine. But he probably got sponsors or something from somewhere else who would sponsor him or whatnot. He's still
low key as well.
Low key. He's doing concerts, so he's getting paid there. Like, I think these celebrities are like, well, fuck it. I'm gonna speak up. I'm not gonna be scared for losing my job because I'm gonna get other things. Look at Bassam Youssef. He lost his Superman job. But look at his people. Look at his comedy now, man. He's going around the world. What do you call it? Performing and whatnot. So people are like, why should I be scared to lose my job? I'm gonna find other opportunities anyway. I should speak up for the people. So I think that's a good thing, man.
It's a good thing, man. People talk about racist things all the time and very, inappropriate things and this and that. And the moment you speak about Palestine, what's happening in Palestine, you can't be talking about that stuff. Some people may feel uncomfortable, but it's okay for people to call that person a terrorist and this person a terrorist, and babies dying and this that. Bro, it's good. People are signing up. In a place in my workplace, my colleagues are sort of they're blindsided by the media, and I've had such big debates with them, and and they see things one way, I see things one way, and I see
they're
old.
The stats show that older people, at least 50 plus, I think it is, or 45 plus, they still watch the mainstream media, so they don't have social media and whatnot. It's tough. A lot of people are blindsided. A lot of people still believe the mainstream media, but the mainstream media, the corporate media, is propaganda media. They're not real. It's bullshit.
Yeah.
It's about, yeah. Listen,
Yeah.
you know,
We
we're gonna
could
keep
talk about it
spreading
for
the word.
ages, man.
Yeah, we will do, but they're gonna go down in history. It's in the history books. They fucked themselves up. But we'll carry on talking about, guys. Please don't stop talking about Palestine, Sudan, Congo, and if anything you see on your Instagram, just share it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because that's how you're gonna learn about it. That's how you're gonna get other people aware about it. The algorithms will start showing you more stuff, so you can start learning about it as well. Like, don't forget about Sudan, don't forget about Congo, and don't forget about Palestine. Guys, do donate. The links in the bios.
That's it, man.
We could talk about this all day, but we do got to move on. So let's move on. But yeah, free Palestine, free Sudan, free Congo. All right, cool. Well, look, let's move on to stuff that we watched. I watched a few movies this week, so I'll quickly give you my thoughts on that. We'll see what you've watched as well. I watched that movie Civil War, which came out. It's freaking really good, man. It's actually about a civil war happening in America based on the division of American politics and shit like that. It's actually kind of deep. It's actually really good. And it just kind of, it almost reflects what, like, you know, what's happening in America now, just division, this wide division that the Americans have and whatnot. It's actually really intense. And what they was able to do for this movie was like, which I thought was interesting. It followed the journey of journalists, right? And again, we kind of touched on Palestine and whatnot, and the amount of journalists that died has been killed there. But these journalists, they're following we're following their journey, and they were able to capture through this movie some real, almost like real life combat scenarios, like through the pictures that they were taking, like the pictures through the movie, these journalists were taking pictures of the civil war that's happening in America. But when you see it on the cinema and you're watching the movie and you're seeing the action, you're seeing the war that's happening and the soldiers and whatnot, you're like, okay, this is standard. But then when you see the picture that they're taking and they highlight that picture on the screen, there's a realism to it that's really fucking great how they captured it. There's a real realism to it, to the ugliness of the combat and the situation. I thought they done an excellent job of capturing that, right? For a movie is always going to just feel like a movie with an action scene, but the way they captured that with the photos that these journalists were taking was excellent. I thought it was really good. They really was able to express that.
I've seen it on the IPTV. I haven't had a chance. I mean, I
Check it
haven't
out.
watched it. Yeah, I ain't watched. It's on my list. I added it to my favorite. But from the trailer, it looks good. It does look really good, man.
It's very intense. It's very intense, and in some weird way, it can replicate. Hopefully, nothing
What's
does
going
happen.
on?
I don't
What's
wish that.
happening today, basically?
Well, yeah, exactly. I don't wish a civil war happened in America or in
No, of course
any
not.
country or whatnot. But it almost does replicate the division that's going on in the world right now. Well, in the Western countries, should I say, right now. So great movie, 100% recommend it. It's got Kirsten Dunst in it. It's got Jesse Plemons in it. Nick Offerman, Stephen McKinley. It is really good. It's really good. I would say check that out.
Check out.
Moving on, I got a chance to watch Furiosa, a Mad Max saga, the other day. Freaking awesome. It's really freaking good, bro.
I haven't watched it yet, to be honest with you.
So Kibler gave a review on it last week because you got a chance to go to the screening. My thoughts on what his thoughts are
He
like.
invited me to it, man. But PT session, man. I can't miss it.
Yeah. I mean, look, it's really it keeps the same intensity as Mad Max Fury Road. They got a great way. The director, what's his name? Where is he? George Miller.
George Miller, that's it. Yeah.
He's got a great way, and the cinematography guy, Simon Duggan, they got a great way of capturing the intensity of the chase and making you feel like you're in it, or making you feel like this is fucking intense with the music, the engine sound, all that sort of stuff. It's really fucking cool. Yes, they actually dig into a lot of the story and the background and whatnot, which you kind of would think like would be boring or you kind of lose. Actually, they've done a great job. They've done a great job, I think, of expressing her story, expressing the upbringing, how she became how she did, and we saw her in Mad
Yeah.
Max Fury Road. So how she
Few
became that
roles.
character, they actually done a
Yeah.
great job. I thought they done an amazing job to kind of do that. And also, you know, we're in this whole DEI world and whatnot. It didn't feel like a female lead role. Like it just
Yeah.
felt normal. You know, sometimes
Yeah.
they,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
we've spoken about this so many times with the Marvel movies, and they just force these
Force
female
it.
lead
Yeah.
roles with shit stories and shit character building. You're like, what are you doing? You're
Yeah.
making
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
worse for the females. This movie, I didn't feel that. I felt she was fucking badass. I liked the
Yeah.
story. I liked the upbringing. It didn't feel
Yeah.
like that they were forcing that. Chris Hemsworth was awesome. I have to say,
Yeah. You said,
for me,
yeah.
he was like, what do you call it, like man of the match, MVP, man. He was absolutely amazing.
He looked good, man. Like he looked really good.
You know what?
He-
He, as an actor, I think he's fucking awesome because,
he's a
like,
brilliant
he's obviously fucking a stunning specimen of a man.
actor.
He doesn't take himself serious. Like, I feel like when I say that, I mean like he could do comedic stuff. He could joke around. I just saw an ad today for a video game. He was in it. He's so funny. He doesn't
Yeah.
take himself too serious. But then he could do
Yeah.
serious stuff
Yeah.
like Furiosa. He could do
Yeah.
extraction, stuff like that.
Yeah.
I think he's awesome, man. I think anything that Chris Hemsworth does, Chris Hemsworth
Yeah.
smashes it. He's
Yeah,
amazing.
yeah, yeah, definitely. He's a good star. He's a ace for me. He's an A-star actor, man. I think I enjoy what he does as an actor, even as a person. I've seen some of his funny videos that he's with when he's with his kids and his wife and stuff. And he's a funny. He's a funny guy, man. Chill. You can see he's a chilled, relaxed guy, man. But I do need to catch it. I just no time, man. Like I was meant to go to the screening as a kid. I can't go because I got a PT sister. Jakob went instead. I tried to force the missus, let's go cinema, but she's gone out of the country for a few days.
Is it? Where's she gone?
So she went Prague.
Oh, see, okay, for what? With her
Yeah,
friends?
yeah, her and her friends, three of her friends, so four of them just went Prague till Sunday or
Oh,
Saturday.
that's
Sunday.
nice.
So I got the kids. Well, the kids are with mum now. Actually, Idris has gone to Kibla's house now, actually, to stay
That's good.
over.
Okay.
Isla's downstairs, so I got the baby. It's good, man. But I'll try and catch it.
Yeah,
Maybe
try and
some.
catch it. Well, listen, I thought it's gonna be I don't know. Actually, I don't know what to expect, but it was actually really good. But I do love the chase scenes. Like they do a great job with the chase scenes. I really, when you hear
Yeah,
that engine, because it's the Mad Max time,
yeah,
like when you
yeah,
hear the engine roaring and they put the music
yeah,
on, you're like, oh, this is fucking intense. You know
yeah, yeah,
what?
yeah.
I think they could do a great Fist of the North Star, man. With their vision, with this vision, they could do a great Fist of the North
Oh
Star.
yeah, definitely, it's possible, man. I've seen you can see how Fist of the North Star's in the desert, even like in Mad Max, the clothing with it resembles characters from Fist of the North Star. You know what I mean? The crazy look. It's an apocalypse, isn't it? So everyone's just looking crazy and hungry out there. But definitely, if they get someone good, like someone to direct it very good, I don't know who in mind, but it can be possible. Not like
No,
the shit movie that we've
I think
had
these
before.
lot. I mean, I think like I'm just checking Fist of the North Star came out in 1986, and the first
Yeah.
Mad Max came out, I think early 70s, man. Because hold on, no, no, no. When
Mel,
did the
Mel
first?
Gibson's one, right? Isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah, well, Mad Max 2 says 1981, so Mad Max 1 must have been 1970
Earlier.
something.
Yeah.
1979 was
Yeah.
the first. Okay, so Fist of the North Star might have got a bit of inspiration from this
Inspiration.
movie,
Yeah.
but I think George Miller, you know, as a
Yeah.
director, I think you know, cinematography, Simon Duggan, and the whole team here can
Yeah.
do the
Yeah. Yeah.
vision for Fist of the North Star. I think so.
100%. Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, it's done, man.
even Fist of the North Star, like the gangs and their motorbikes and the way they
Yeah.
travel, you could see like you could see that vision in this movie.
Yeah.
I would
Uh,
really think that they will be able to do a great Fist of the North Star movie. They don't watch this, obviously. Hopefully the
yeah.
word gets out there, but I think, please, guys, think about Fist of the North Star, man. That'd be
Yeah.
amazing.
Definitely. I think it's a good
Um,
shout, man.
cool. All right, moving on. I watched Fall Guy. That's another movie I watched this week.
Man,
Fall
I've been
Guy
trying to watch that for the past 3 days, and I've like watching half an hour a day, man. Like it's busy with the kids, so I'm like watch it while I'm at work and stuff. But so far, it's quite funny, man.
is.
It's funny, goofy. I'm actually enjoying it.
It is. It's an easy watch. It's a fun watch. Aaron Taylor Johnson. You got Woodson
Yeah.
Duke, and obviously handsome Ryan Gosling and whatnot. You got Emily Blunt. You know what? It's a homage to stunt people. I was gonna say stunt man, but stunt man, some women, some people.
Yeah,
Because
yeah,
they're like the fall guys. Like they do all the action. When we're watching a movie, an action movie, we love the action. We love what we're seeing. Just what I was talking about Mad Max. But the stunt people don't get the credit that they should do, right?
No,
And this
they
is the
don't, man.
second movie I've seen in the last year, because the first one was the Jackie Chan one, Ride Along, one with the horse.
I haven't seen that.
That was, bro, as a Jackie Chan fan, you have to watch it. That film was actually
Yeah.
awesome. So
Okay.
this was another movie which I think was a homage to and a respect to stunt people, because the shit that they go through, the shit that they do, they
Yeah.
literally put their lives on the line to make a
Yeah.
stunt look amazing, to give it that
Yeah, yeah,
visual effect that we all love seeing and get excited about. It's all
yeah,
them,
yeah.
and they're the fall guys. And when shit goes wrong, nobody remembers them. Nobody knows if they got hurt. Like none of that
Yeah.
sort of shit.
Didn't the stuntman or stuntwoman die in Deadpool or something like that? I
Was it
can't
Deadpool?
remember.
I don't know if it
Someone
was.
died riding a bike or something. They died, and that's what I'm saying. They don't get the recognition. I think, yeah, they don't get the recognition, man. It's true, man. They put their body through that kind of pain, just to please us as viewers. So they do deserve the recognition, man. They do deserve the credit. And from what I've seen from Fall Guy, but it's hilarious, man. Like, what he puts himself through, and how excited he is to do it, though, saying, "Yeah, that's me doing it." Um, but yeah, I've only watched an hour of it, so I need to catch up on it,
Yeah,
man.
so I mean, look, the movie's obviously got its own story. It's comedy. It's fun to watch. I'm not gonna spoil it for you or whatnot, but it's like, he goes on a mission, right? He's doing his own.
Yeah,
He's trying to figure something out. So
yeah,
I won't spoil it or anything. So
yeah.
it's all of that, but then a big homage to
Stunt
stunt
man,
people. So shout out
stunt
to them.
team.
Yeah.
Did you watch that? It's a stunt team. Did you watch that video I sent you of Wolverine?
Yeah, yeah,
Wolverine.
yeah, yeah. That was brilliant. Yeah, Logan, that Logan video.
Yeah. So it's a stunt team that made this 12-minute clip based on Wolverine during I don't know what year, but just in the Viking era, And bro, the action and the dialogue and just the way it's shot was fantastic, man. That was just a small team, a stunt team with only 6,000 subscribers on YouTube. Made that video and it was wicked, man. Like, I'll get Kid Gilman to put the link in the bio
Yeah,
because
Logan the Lone Wolf, and it was by Jeffrey. What are these guys called? It got 2.1 million views. Really good.
there you go,
Uh,
man. Like,
the channel is called Godfroy,
yeah, yeah,
Godefroy space Ryckewaert. I can't read that shit. But anyway, it's these guys channel their stunt. They're a stunt team or whatnot.
yeah,
Coming from a martial art background, I am a director, editor, stuntman, fight choreographer.
yeah.
Guys, check that out.
So
It was
sick, man.
really good.
Yeah, I enjoyed that video actually. Really
If
good.
you just type in YouTube Logan the Wolf, a Wolverine fan film, it'll come up. It's like a 12-minute clip. It's got
Yeah,
22.1 million views. You know what?
yeah,
They really exploded after that. That one got 2.1 million views. Generally,
yeah,
their videos have got, I'm just quickly having a quick look, but a couple of thousand views, right?
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, 18K, that one went viral then. So no, look, I'm looking through their videos, and they're getting 3,000 views, maybe 20,000 views here and there. But that one got
yeah.
2.1 million views. Good for them. And
Yeah.
shout
Good for
outs to
them,
them. Shout outs to them. I can't read your name. I'm sorry because I can't read.
man.
But you guys check out Logan the Wolf on Wolverine, a Wolverine fan made film. It
Yeah,
deserves the 2.1 million views, and it deserves more. So congratulations
yeah.
to them on that.
Congrats to them.
Yeah.
Definitely good. Yeah.
What else did I watch? What else? Actually, that's all I watched. I do want to watch the new South Park. I'll probably watch that this weekend. There's a movie called what is it called? Oh, I finished. Okay, I finished off that Van Damme film, Into the Darkness. Listen. Hear me out. I had to do a review for it, right? So they gave us
Yeah.
a screening shout out or a thing.
Yeah.
So I had to do a review for it, right?
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
look, I'm gonna be honest as possible with the review, but I didn't want to do a review for it and shit all over it. So like, honestly, the movie's
Yeah.
basic. I'm saying it here
Yeah.
honestly. The movie's basic. It's fucking
Yeah.
boring. So I
Yeah,
was gonna
yeah,
be like, all right, if I need to do an objective review on it, how do I say? I'm not just gonna be like, the movie's shit, it's
yeah,
boring, don't
yeah,
watch
yeah,
it, tag them. No, like that's fucked up. I'm not gonna do that. Like I
yeah,
still appreciate what it is. So I highlighted what are the best things about the movie for me.
yeah.
Even though I watched it, it's a boring movie. I said, look, the bit and Kibble was laughing. You guys are laughing at me because I said Van Damme's name like 50
But
times.
it was
I
like
what
Van Damme 32 times.
Well, I watched it because of Van Damme. He was the best part of the movie. I'm a fan of Van Damme. So that's why I
Yeah,
watched
man.
it. And that's why I said his name 50 times because he was the
Yeah,
best part of the movie for me.
yeah,
I'm a fan,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
And the
exactly.
other things I highlighted in the movie, like it did remind me a little bit of Max Payne, the way he was
Yeah,
doing
you said.
like the narration. And I also
Yeah,
said in my review that this is the thing that I didn't enjoy about it in the sense of the action. It's not
yeah,
what you're expecting from Van Damme. He's old now. He's not
yeah,
doing the spinning kick. So I did say, look, the action's a bit slow. The story's a
yeah,
bit slow.
yeah, yeah,
But
yeah.
as a and I saw Nick Diaz in it. I was like, that's cool. Like when I saw Diaz, like
I
I was
didn't know
like,
Diaz acts.
well, he's in a movie or two. But when I saw Nick
Yeah,
Diaz, I was like, oh shit, Nick Diaz. So I was like, all right, well,
yeah,
that was a little highlight. I'm gonna pull it in there.
yeah,
So
yeah,
listen,
yeah,
man,
yeah,
like I wasn't gonna go in there and lie and say the movie was fantastic, go watch it. But I
yeah,
also wasn't gonna shit all over the movie and say the movie was basic. Don't watch
yeah,
it. I was trying to find something in the middle. On the podcast, I would say, listen, guys, yeah, I didn't enjoy it. I forced myself to
mhm,
watch it. But
yeah,
because
yeah,
it was Van Damme, I was able to watch it. Because I saw Nick Diaz, I kind of geeked out a little bit as an MMA fan. Not that he's a great actor or anything like that.
yeah, yeah,
So that was my honest review on that. I do want to watch the new South Park. I'll watch that this weekend.
yeah.
The other movie was like, I think it was called Kumite or something. I'll try and figure that one out.
Oh, I saw that the last Kumite. Yeah, I
Yeah.
saw that on the list, but I didn't really. Does yeah, it just doesn't do it for me. I mean, I ain't watched nothing either, man. I mean, the Fall Guy I've been trying to watch. I'm hoping to finish it tonight once the baby's asleep. I ain't gonna lie. I watched season 3 of Bridgerton. My wife's like, let's watch it. So I watched 1 or 2 episodes. But hey, it's not my cup of tea. But the wife enjoys it, so I just thought we would sit down and watch it with her. Um, but there's so many films I need to catch up on. What did I watch recently, man? But I can't think, man. No, that was it. I can't. But I don't get a chance to watch anything. That's the honest truth, man.
Yeah.
It's
Well, it's
just
tough. It's tough.
gaming. I've been gaming. That.
We'll get into the gaming stuff in
We'll
a
get
bit.
we'll
We'll,
get into the
we'll create
gaming
that.
section in a bit. Yeah.
The other thing I was gonna say was, guys, this week, check out Fight Talk. Check out the UFC this week, UFC 302, Islam Makhachev versus Dustin Poirier. So we're gonna do a watch along party, and so do watch out for that. All right, if there's nothing else we watch, let's get into Oh, in regards to reading, what I've read, actually, I do want to highlight this actually. Moving on to what we've read, I'm still reading a
Mhm.
couple comics, but I'm listening to this interesting audiobook called
Yeah.
Operation Paperclip. And this book is
Yeah.
fucking deep, man. So I've
Oh, I
been
think
listening,
I've heard of that.
yeah, Annie Jacobson. But literally, the book is called Operation Paperclip, the secret intelligent program that brought Nazi scientists to America,
Oh
right?
wow. Okay.
So listen, they would always tell you, which has an element of truth to it. If we didn't take them, the Russians would take them or whatnot.
Hmm. Hmm.
I don't know why they just didn't. In the book, it goes into details about the scientists and these Nazi scientists, the horrible shit that they did.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
fucking horrible to people, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then the US took them in because they were scientists.
Yeah.
They took them in because they wanted to elevate their technology, their weapons, their
Yeah.
race to the moon and whatnot. Their excuse was if we didn't take them, the Russians would take them. There was even a
Hmm.
quote in there. I
Hmm.
can't remember exactly
It's
who it was,
it's always
but a
been a
quote.
competition with the Russians, hasn't it? Though.
Yeah, it's always been like that. Well, they want to be the best superpower in the world, and you know what? They've achieved being the biggest superpower in regards to military. The US have done that
Military.
for
Yeah.
sure. But there
Yeah.
was something in the book that someone was saying, to escape being a war criminal, just be a scientist, and that's what happened. They escaped being war
Wow.
criminal, and they done horrible shit. These are not just like normal Nazi scientists who were like, oh yeah, I was just in the background. These were war criminal,
Yeah.
disgusting, fucked up shit that they did to these innocent human Jewish people. It's fucked up. So the US took them in.
Yeah.
It's fucked up. It's fucked up that they do it. But Again, like they should have been I think the right thing to do, in my opinion, I don't know about whatever, but the right thing they should have done was trial them all as war criminals and put them in prison for the rest of their lives. But
Of
instead,
course.
they gave them
Yeah.
freedom and took them to the US. So
Yeah,
that's
of
an
course.
interesting book that I've been reading or listening to, should I say.
Yeah. I haven't read nothing recently, man. Kibla gave me a book, but I haven't, again, just been very busy with the kids and work, and so I haven't really caught up with anything, man.
All right, well, let's go into news. We'll go into some news and then we'll finish off with some video games and then retro movie reviews. So this week's news, guys, we'll start off with a quick MCU one. Marvel Comics has announced a Predator versus Black Panther 4-issue miniseries, which is quite interesting. I might be interested. I might, if I see that in the comic book shop, I might pick it out because that might be interesting. All the MC news I had this week. And I did have two other movie news to quickly share. Was one, Ghost in the Shell anime. There's going to be a new series coming out in 2026. Classic anime, so interesting that they're going to bring out a new series for that. And then we have our new He-Man, and his name is Nicolas. And here we go with the names. Galitzine. Nicolas Galitzine. Hopefully I'm saying that right. Nicolas Galitzine is our new He-Man. He's been casted as He-Man. I'm just trying to look at some of the other movies that he's been in that might be familiar with people. I mean,
it doesn't sound familiar, to be honest, but
all his movies, to be honest with you, I mean, he's in some Cinderella movie. Recently, some movie called Red, White, and Royal Blue. The Idea of You, Purple Hearts. Never heard of it. Bottoms, but not the Bottoms that we're thinking about. Bottoms we know from the English comedy. It's not that. Handsome Devil. I mean, he is a handsome devil, but a handsome devil from back in the days. I don't know. To be honest with you, let's see if there's something that I might be familiar with. That's something that he's in. There's got to be something that he's done. The Free Dance.
Doesn't sound familiar.
You know what? I'm gonna be honest with you. Looking through his catalog of movies, and this is on the internet on Google. None of his movies I've seen or I'm familiar with. I'd be honest with you, I don't even recognize his face. But he is our new He-Man, and he's a handsome bastard, and I'm sure he'll
That's
do
what
fine.
it takes, man.
Yeah, I mean, I'm sure he'll bulk up.
Hello?
Yeah, I'm sure.
No.
No, just saying, I'm sure he'll bulk up. He'll do a good. He'll do something good.
Yeah, man.
Hey, if the script is good, then
to look good, you gotta look. If you look the part, I'm sure he'll do well, man.
Well, I mean, would he look the part? He needs to blonde his hair. He needs to get hench.
Yeah.
You know who would have been a good He-Man?
Who?
That guy from whatever. Come on, don't forget his name. The hench guy from Jack Reacher. What's his name, man?
Alan Richardson.
Alan Richardson. He'll be a great He-Man.
Yeah.
Massive.
He's an awesome actor.
He's already got blonde. He's awesome. He is. Yeah.
That's what I watched. Sorry. Coming back to what we watched. The
military
ungentlemanly warfare or something like that. Yeah. Well, that was a good movie, actually. Sorry.
The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare. Yeah, I spoke about it last week. You watched that, yeah?
I watched it, and because it was based on true events, it sort of captured me straight away. And I think of the cast was brilliant. Having Henry Cavill, Alan Richardson, and the two other actors. I forgot their name. I'm bad with names. But it was good, man. It was really good. The action was good. The storyline was good. Having what's his name again, man? Winston Churchill. As he was the PM back then. But yeah, I enjoyed that. It was a very good movie, man. Definitely worth a watch. Definitely.
Well, Alan Richardson, I think he could be a great He-Man. In fact, there's so many. Like, he looks like a fucking superhero. He could definitely be a superhero. I don't know if he's interested in that shit. I know he was like Hawkman in the Titans. I think it was. I believe it was him.
It was Hawkman. Wasn't he Aquaman as well at a point in Smallville?
He might have been, yeah. Like he could definitely play a superhero because he looks like one. Not like he has to, but if he wants to, he could do it. And that's it. That's all the news I actually had for this week. I didn't really see anything else. Did you hear anything?
I sent you that picture of Marvel looking into Captain America, doing a story of him going back to the Infinity Stones, giving going back to each timeline with the Infinity Stones and stuff like that. That'd be good. I think that would be
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, we spoke. You know
But
what? We spoke about that when Endgames came out and
ages
stuff.
ago, yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah. If that's the story they do, we'll love it. We'll take it.
Yeah,
But yeah, let's see. I mean, Chris Evans, it looks like he's coming back, but I feel like for Secret Wars. But let's see what they do. Maybe he might do a little cameo role in the new Captain America, but we'll see. Um,
yeah.
okay. Well,
Other
look,
than
let's move into video games. Tell us about some of the games that you've been playing. There's that fucking game that looks awesome that you've been playing. Tell us about
yeah,
some of the
bro.
video game and any other updates
So
you might know.
yeah, so first of all, my Xbox controller broke. One of the buttons stopped working. Hence why I was getting. I bought a new controller, called Turtle Beach Stealth Ultra. It's got like a mini screen there, and I haven't opened it. As you can see, I literally just got it. Yeah, my Xbox controller stopped working. I think it just being my son probably dropped it, and the top right button's not working no more. And I was playing this game, also game just got released last week called Senua's Saga Hellblade 2. And bro, I mean, check the clips out, guys, on YouTube. And Gilman, I even like show it. It just looks so realistic, so real. The graphics, the gameplay, the mechanics of the game. It got slated. I'll be honest, a lot of people are slating the game.
Really?
Yeah, man. People say, "Oh, it's
About
too
what?
short. The
Oh,
story's
okay.
not great." It's only 5 hours.
Oh, I
So
see.
yes, it's not long. For someone like myself, it would take probably 10 hours because I don't get a chance to play and I like to explore and stuff like that. But bro, for me, the game is wicked, man. The graphics and everything, the way it carries itself. I feel like I'm immersed in a movie, watching the movie, and I'm playing I'm the main character and dealing with these enemies and stuff. Is wicked, man. And playing with headphones because without spoiling, there's voices that she hears, and there's other voices, and there's points where I'm turning around thinking, wait, it's coming from this headphone, it's coming from that headphone. Um, I do enjoy playing games with headphones, man. But it's definitely a game, guys. Check it out. Don't listen to them, the reviews. I personally think, check it out. It's on Xbox Game Pass. It's free to download on there, or you can download the hard copy. I think it's like 30 quid or £35. I started playing the new Prince of Persia. I got it cheap. It's like 8 quid. It's challenging. It's not an easy game. It's not like the Prince of Persia that you probably remember from PS2 and stuff like that. It's totally different. It's a side-scrolling game. They're going back to the original style, the original Prince of Persia. Um, but yeah, it's a good game. It's tough. It's actually challenging. I'm playing it on my PlayStation Portal when I play when they put the kids to sleep. I've recently figured out how to use my Steam Deck remote play to my Xbox. So now I can play my Xbox on my Steam Deck, which is brilliant. And then I got the PlayStation Portal as well, man. Like, I love my games, um, and I like to play. Sometimes in bed. I figured out how to do it, and that's been a good thing, man. Other than that, boy, play Final Fantasy 7 again. I got so many games that I play, and I've got this very bad habit where a new game starts and then I forget about the old one, and then next game comes, and it just accumulates, man, and then I just forget. So, yeah, definitely check it out. Senua Saga Hellblade 2, man. I would definitely recommend to anyone that likes the first one as well.
Yeah, it looked awesome. It looked freaking fat. Yeah, it does look like you're watching a movie. It looks brilliant. Not that I'll
Yeah,
get into it or anything, but it looks awesome. Cool, man. Awesome. I'm still playing Tekken. I just completed with King. I'm still going through the story mode. I think I'm gonna start. No, I still got people to complete it with, man. I don't want to give up, so I'm gonna keep going through the character list. I don't know who to pick next, but I'll pick someone next. And then
yeah,
eventually I'll start going online and playing live. And I want to buy the PlayStation camera to record myself playing,
yeah.
for the channel and the live
Yeah,
videos and
yeah.
whatnot. That might be pretty
I
good.
thought about that.
Yeah. I need to,
I
I'm gonna
thought about
YouTube it and see how it works.
yeah,
If it's as simple as plug and play, then I might just
yeah,
do it. Yeah.
yeah. I thought about putting the mic on the other day while I'm playing Senua Saga, but I guess maybe it's a confident thing. I don't have the confidence of maybe holding a conversation, not conversation, but narrating to myself, going through the game and my experience, and maybe I should try it. I don't know. Maybe I'll do it on my next Twitch video.
Yeah. Or
You
maybe
know,
even
see
not
how it
just
goes.
instead of narrating and think about what to say, just be natural. Like if you're like, fuck's
Yeah,
sakes, I lost or get scared or something, just being natural with it. Like I think that
yeah,
that might be cool. That might be all right. Like that might be cool. Just I don't know. Let's
yeah,
try. Listen, I know we got the Brothers Geek Out Gaming channel. We got the lives in there. We do shorts and
yeah,
everything.
yeah,
Let's
yeah,
think about other ways on how we can. I mean, look, that channel gets a couple views here and there. To be honest with you, right?
yes, yeah,
Let's see how maybe I think maybe if we put our faces and our reactions on what we're playing, that might
yeah,
bring in more attraction to it.
yeah,
You know, the only thing we're going to be careful when we got the camera on is not to go crazy because I know these video games make us crazy.
yeah.
But
I'm okay, you know.
that's a way to get viral.
Yeah, I mean, I'm okay when it comes to that stuff. There's that. Oh yeah, I forgot the new Assassin's Creed, man. How can I forget that? So the new Assassin's Creed is based in Japan. It's based with. You play as two characters: a female who is a shinobi, and then you play as a samurai who's the first black samurai. His name is ah, s- uh, what's his name, man? There was even an anime on Netflix about him. Given you watched it as well, man. I forgot what it's
Yeah, I'm
about.
trying to pull it up now. 1 second.
Yeah. Again, I'm bad with names. Plus, I'm using my phone for this, so I can't even check it up.
Hold on.
Yusuke. Yusuke? I think.
Yeah, Yasuke.
Yasuki, that's it. Yeah, so you go Yasuki. So based on Yasuki, who's the first black samurai. He was if I'm correct, a bodyguard for a very high up in empire or so, king or someone like that in Japan. But you play as two people. You can choose. From what it shows from the trailer, yeah, it looks sick. It does look good. Anything with Japan or samurais or shinobis, I'm 100% in, bro. But I'm still trying to complete Mirage. Again, that's on my list. So my plan is to complete Mirage before the new one comes out. Fingers crossed, and that's this year. They haven't shown no gameplays, but it does look good, man. I'll send you the link so you can check the trailer out yourself.
But which one? Which
But
one? Mirage.
no, 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 for the new Assassin's Creed, the one
Oh,
that based.
I've seen some. I mean, look, I won't get into Assassin's Creed anymore, but yeah,
Yeah,
Japan and stuff is always awesome. I'll just wait for Ghost of Tsushima 2 when that
oh,
comes.
100%. There's no news on that, man. I'm just waiting for that. That's what I'm waiting for as well, man.
Yeah, yeah. Well, cool. That's the gaming channel, guys. Do check it out. And we put little
Yeah,
shorts on the Brothers Geek Out channel and we kind
yeah,
of link it to the gaming channel. But you know, if you want to see games and us play, check it out. If you want to see Ash play, check it out.
yeah.
Okay, cool, guys. Well, let's finish off with
Cool.
this week's retro movie review. We'll be quick about this one. But it's a classic. It's a classic. It's Beverly Hills Cop, 1984. Eddie Murphy when he was on top of the world.
Yeah, man.
Just his stand-up comedy was just one of the greatest. He's going to go down as one of the greatest stand-up comedians of all time. But when he
Yeah.
was able to, I think he was a great stand-up comedy
Comedian.
performer
Yeah,
to
yeah,
transform into movies and just make
yeah.
great movies. You know, especially in the 80s. He was just in his element
He was
of
in his
movie.
element, man.
So good. Beverly Hills Cop, they released a new trailer for part 4 last week, and it was so
Yeah.
good. Honestly, it felt
Mhm.
so good. It felt like the old Axel Foley. It felt old
Yeah.
school. That we was like, you know what? Let's watch Beverly Hills Cop, like the original one for this week's retro movie review. But the
Yeah.
movie, again, like it's so freaking awesome. Like the
Yeah, man.
soundtrack's awesome. Eddie Murphy is
Yeah.
absolutely hilarious. I mean, he
Yeah. Yeah.
really implements his stand-up in this. And when I say stand-up, I'm talking about, just imitating people, saying certain jokes,
Yeah.
putting certain jokes within the movie. I mean, the banana in the
Yeah.
tailpipe always cracks me up. The way he imitates some like the police sergeants and whatnot just crack me up.
Yeah.
Great movie, man. It's so much fun, this movie.
It's one of those movies that it's so nostalgic that I don't know, man. I could watch it again and again and again and still laugh at the same jokes every time I watch it, man. You won't, it's one of those movies you don't get bored. I get excited when I see it come up on TV or again, watching, just rewatching it. Even part one, two, and three, really. The music's great. And it's just him, man. Like you said, Gilman, he's in his element. You know,
Yeah.
he's hilarious, man.
Axel Foley, even like just
Wait.
little things. I mean, like that guy. So when he goes to Beverly Hills, right? They really, and this is when you're kid, like we were kids, and you don't even know what America's like. We just watch it through the movies. They really highlighted Beverly Hills to be this beautiful, fantastic,
Beautiful, yeah,
flamboyant, luxurious place, which I'm
yeah,
sure it is. But it was just
yeah,
like wow. And even he, as a cop from Detroit, going to Beverly Hills was even
yeah.
amazed with what he's seeing there. Even seeing that the police force and the technology and the way they follow the
Mm,
rules and everything.
yeah.
Again, it just highlighted to someone who's never been there, and as
Mm,
like it's highlighted the difference between where he came from, Detroit and Beverly Hills. Just the difference,
yeah,
like two different countries, but it's still America.
yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
but even simple little jokes, like when he goes to the gallery shop and the guy keeps calling him Ahmad Foley, it's like stuff like,
Ahmad.
well, that shit, just simple jokes like that, just crack me up, man. It's so funny, man. Ahmad,
And they bang him back in the fourth one as well. Ah, well.
yeah. Oh my God, it's awesome. So I mean, look, I think they're bringing back everyone for this one. So it's going to be great to see like Judge Reinhold, John
Yeah,
Ashton.
very hard, yeah.
They're old, man, but it's going to be
Yeah.
good to see them back. Um, yeah, man, great. But this movie just cracks me up from the beginning to the end. Eddie Murphy is just, oh man, he's so. But in that time when he was making that Golden Child,
Yeah.
everything he did was
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
gold, like just
Gold.
golden. It was just awesome,
Yeah.
absolutely
Yeah.
amazing.
It made you laugh, man. And I think that's one thing I always say. The 80s movies, me personally, like it makes you feel good, man. It made life feel good, and you laugh, you cry, and I don't know. It's a different feeling back in the 80s, man. For me, anyway. I'm a late 80s kid, but I love my 80s movies.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's 80s movies, but it's people like Eddie Murphy. He was on top of the world at that time. I mean, when did his stand-up comedy come out? Let me just check. Um, because this obviously all happened after his stand-up comedy. So Eddie Murphy,
Mm.
Raw and Delirious. So he was, oh my God, he was on the shine back then, man.
I
Uh,
just remember him on stage with his red leather pants and red leather jacket, bro.
Yeah, let me see. Eddie Murphy, Raw and Delirious. Let me see when Raw came out. So Raw came out actually in 1987. So it actually came out before his
Mm.
before when did Delirious come out? So actually this came out after those movies.
Yeah.
Delirious came out in 1983. Interesting. So I
Hmm.
thought, damn, because that came out in 1984. But he was doing classic movies like 48 Hours in
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
1982. Let's see what else we got done before the stand-up comedy. 1983, he done Trading Places.
Yeah. Hmm. Coming to
Um,
America.
Coming to America, when was that? That was Coming to America, the original 1988. So you know what? Yeah, I always thought, wait, why does 48 Hours say 1990 here, but then here it says 1982? Huh? Wait, what is this? Nick Nolte, 9. Anyway, I always thought I had this impression that his stand-up he done first
Hmm.
and then he went into the movies. But he was doing movies before. Obviously, he was doing stand-up comedy before, and obviously he was hilarious. But uh,
Yeah.
he done a good balance between his stand-up and his movies because some of his old classic movies are absolutely hilarious.
That's
Um,
gold, man. His old school movies. You can sit there and just laugh, man. He makes you laugh.
Yeah, he's got a great smile as well, and the way he screams as well,
Oh,
the way he kind of
yeah.
does his deep voice, hey man, that type of voice
Amen.
is fucking hilarious, man.
Yeah.
Um, what else about this movie, man? Beverly Hills Cop. What else can I say about the movie? Soundtrack was great. The action was very like simple. You know, it makes me laugh because action back then was so simple.
Yeah. But so amazing at the same time.
Yeah, I mean, look, you could easily as funny as it is, you can easily pick out things, but those were amazing. Those were things back then you can just laugh at, right? Like I'm trying to think on the last action, like the last action sequence or whatnot. It's just kind of like trying to think now. I'm trying to think what like certain scenarios where certain like in the last action scene, it's just like Like, why are you hesitating to shoot? Like, there's little things that you can pick up. But
Yeah,
this is
yeah,
old school action. They had a little dramatic pause. They had a little
yeah.
one-liner that they had to say.
Yeah, that
You
was the
know,
80s though.
yeah. So freaking awesome, man. Great movie,
Yeah,
man. I mean, as an Eddie Murphy fan, or even as an 80s movies fan, you know, this
yeah.
is definitely one to watch. And especially with Beverly Hills Cop 4 coming out, I'm actually
Mm.
gonna try and watch 2 and 3 before 4 comes out, just to get a refresher,
We're,
just to get a reminder
we're
of
gonna
actual
watch it
bowling.
together, right? Part 4,
Yeah,
you'll be in the UK,
I
so we'll
will
watch it
be. I
together.
will be. We'll watch it in the UK together.
Hmm.
But yeah, just to get a reintroduction of Axel Foley. I think I'm gonna watch the other two as well.
Yeah,
Uh,
yeah,
cool, man. Look, that's it. That's all I think that's it for this week's retro movie reviews. Guys, check out Eddie Murphy's Beverly Hills Cop. If you haven't
yeah.
seen it, check it out.
Brilliant movie.
And that's it. And that's it. Cool. All
Well,
right, listen. It's getting late here. Anything
yeah, it is,
else
man.
to finish off with, or?
No, but I think you've covered quite a bit. We've got quite some time now, innit? You know, I think we covered a lot of things, man. Um, just thanks for having me on. You know, Kibler couldn't make it, so I'm glad I got on, man.
All right,
People got
awesome.
people got to see me cry for the first time.
It's
It
true. Yeah, it did, but you know, it's a touchy subject.
is, man.
It's a tough one.
Definitely.
It's a tough one. All right, guys, as always, you know, normally Kibler will give shout outs and to like talk about any screenings and stuff, but I'm not sure what's been going on. So we'll get an update on that stuff next week. But
Yeah,
shout outs to all of you lot. Appreciate it as always. Like I say, you know, we've been shadow banned for the last 8 months. But we're not going to
yeah,
stop talking about that, so we don't give a fuck. But we have been growing anyway. Our videos haven't been getting much views, but we're still growing slowly. So screw it. We're going to keep doing our thing. We're going to put the time and effort in and keep doing our thing. But
yeah, man.
shout outs to you lot for watching and subscribing and just giving us that love. Really appreciate it. And guys, as always, we'll catch you on the next one next week. But check out Fight Talk. Check out
Yeah,
this week's fight video. Fight UFC 302 watch along party. Me and Kay are
yeah,
gonna watch along and we're gonna give a breakdown as well. Check out the clips. Every Monday the podcast comes out. Wednesday will be news, and first Fridays will be retro movie reviews. So if you don't watch the full podcast, or if you just want to watch those, I mean, you could check the description and watch and just go to that time strip. But we put those out there just for, you know, people to get little short clips anyway. But yeah, guys, shout outs to you. Thanks for everything. Like, subscribe, all that good
right,
shit. We'll catch you.
everything, man.
Peace.
Love, guys. Peace.